Hello, this is Bill Brewer. Thank you for joining me for the readings from the 30th Sunday in Ordinary Time from the Catholic Lectionary and my commentary on those abbreviated readings. The first reading is from Paul's letter to the Ephesians. Brothers and sisters, be kind to one another, compassionate, forgiving one another as God has forgiven you in Christ. Be imitators of God as beloved children, and live in love as Christ loved us and handed himself over for us as a sacrificial offering to God. And the gospel reading is from Luke. Jesus was teaching in a synagogue on the Sabbath, and a woman was there who for 18 years had been crippled by a spirit. She was bent over, completely incapable of standing erect. When Jesus saw her, he called to her and said, "Woman, you are set free of your infirmity." He laid his hands on her, and she at once stood up straight and glorified God. I have a confession to make. I was walking along the street, past some shops, and what appeared to be a homeless woman asked me for some money because she said she was thirsty. I walked past her and said nothing. As I walked a little further, I thought better and took out $2 out of my wallet and went back towards her to give it to her. Then I thought, she's going to use this money to buy drugs. Only the next day it occurred to me that I could have gone in a store and bought a drink from her and given it to her because she said she was thirsty. Our first reading today tells us we are called to be imitators of Christ. Be kind and compassionate and forgiving of one another, because that is how God eternally loves us. I realized that I had failed in that regard as to this woman. I wanted to help her, but clearly did not give this woman a reason to glorify God, like the woman Jesus healed from our gospel reading today. I suspect that God would agree that I was not kind and compassionate in this instance, but would also want me to be kind and forgiving myself. How can I learn from this experience and do better the next time? In other words, how can I be a better imitator of God? I can be more attentive to what people say that they need. I can also sacrifice myself without regard to how I think that people will handle my offering. After all, Jesus sacrificed himself for us when he knew that many would reject his love.